Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to change out your fly line. Simple stuff, really, you know, it's just one of those things that if you're a beginner, you might be intimidated by all the different factors that go into changing out your fly line. But let me tell you right away, the fly lines you buy with kits are not very good. And depending on the price, just depending on the price. Generally not the greatest. Some of them can be very good. They come with a rod and reel. But for me, I never buy a kit hardly for myself. I'm always buying different lines and trying. I've probably discontinued 30 of them, 30 or 40 of them in the last few weeks because they were just sitting around and just getting older. And I could see by looking at some of them, first thing you want to do, cut the fly off of your leader. Okay, we got to get this all back through. All right, fly is off. Now as we reel in, so what I was noticing is that those lines were just getting older and older, and the technology on lines, it just gets newer and newer and better and better. And that means not only are the tapers better, but actually how they're manufactured and the coatings. Very important to have your coatings. You need to make, when you inspect your line, make sure that you don't see any cracks. Make sure that it doesn't have any permanent bends in it. And make sure that it's slick, people. The line has got to be slick because it's got to go through these guides very smoothly and efficiently. You need as little friction as you can get. All right, so I got a loop-to-loop on here for my leader to my line, and that knot's just a little uncooperative right now. There it goes. Taking the leader off. All right, very good. This is going to be highly detailed video that to some of you guys be going like, man, get it over with, just get it done. But some of you will really appreciate the fact that I went through all these details. Here's this little gadget. You can get as sophisticated as you want, or you can be as simple like me as you want. I'm pretty simple. So here's this gadget here. You can see on the outside, this is the tensioner because it's got a cone shape to it right there. So you know that's what that's for. All right, so we gotta get this. It's plastic, man. It's cheap. Okay, if you lose it, you're not gonna be crying about it. You know, compared to some of this other stuff, you're fine. I've had this thing for 20 years now. I've changed line after line after line with this thing. So this rod will not work for me to do this job because it's a one-piece rod. My beautiful, sweet, for me, sawgrass rod. So we're going to take this reel off of this rod just to make our life easier and to avoid damaging the rod while we're flailing it around trying to get this line off of here. So here we go. If you're wondering what kind of reel this is an antique by today's standards, Lamson. And I like Lamson. Lamson's just seems to be really doing some smart things lately. However, I have no real commitment. If you want to be a partner with me in reels, feel free to let me know. There's a couple of companies I'm looking at, and we'll see how that goes. All right, easier now. This is just the base piece of a 4-piece fly rod. I got this on here like this. This guy, see it going on like this right here. This is the thing that grips the rod. Get it on real quick, and we'll get on our way. So we got to wind the old line off before we put the new line on, people, and we need to do it in a way that's clean and efficient and makes it easy to put this old line back on if we want to put it back on for a special occasion. All right, you got to have one of these. So you just take one of these guys. You're gonna write on the back or front what it is when you took it off. you know, everything about the line. You got to put that on this, because you will never remember in a million Brazilian years what it was. Fly lines, well, they roll on in reverse. So that means that the tip goes on the inner side of the spool. These things have little grooves in them, and you can use that like that or like this, and that will secure that line against the spool, and that will make it so it won't come loose. Hopefully, if you know what you're doing. There you go, it's on there. Good deal. Take this, we're gonna go put it to the top like that, like this. So this one is meant really for putting line on. When it comes to taking line off, 9 is good, okay? Because you got to manually do this. But you want them to be looking like just like that right there. That's the way I do it. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But I think this will avoid any kind of reverse kinks in the line. Okay, here we go. Now, got that there like that. Okay. Loosen your drag. And this is kind of goofy. There's no handle on this thing, so we just start like this. Start winding it off. And while I'm doing that, maybe there'll be a commercial or something. Hey, why don't you put a commercial in here or something? Oh, here's a commercial right here. Be sure you check out my fly line mats. This is the Texas Tickler, and it is on sale now, as always, at my website. There's a link right up there. Make sure you check that out, okay? Back to this boring job. We're gonna probably fast forward to something else while I get this done. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Why isn't there a handle on this? Get you one. All right, I got an idea. I'm gonna put a link in it. Go down to the bottom, get you one of these, plastic, whatever, but with a handle on it. That would help a lot. I don't know where the handle goes, but it would help, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get this done. After another sip of Dr. Pepper. All right, so I'm getting down here towards the end, and when I wound this off onto this old spool, I did it very loosely. You do not want to wind it on there tight, because that will create, it'll actually give it some memory. There's memory involved with these fly lines, and you don't want to put it on so tight. That goes with winding it back too when you're actually fishing. All right, down to the backing. Guess what? Good, loop-to-loop connection with a Bimini twist. So this knot is called the Bimini twist. You must learn the Bimini twist, okay? Because that makes removing and installing fly lines a breeze. Okay, so not only is it on there on a loop-to-loop connection, but the loop is doubled over, which is a little trick that I didn't know it at first. But over time, I started to watch, I saw somebody do this, and I was like, oh, I like that, it's a double. So now we gotta take this off, because we're gonna have to run things through things here. And we're gonna learn this again. I change lines so infrequently that I can't remember which direction goes which way, but we're gonna figure it out. There you have it. Loop to loop right there. So both ends of a brand new fly line have loop to loop connections, and I just don't believe there's any better connection for efficiency, speed, and pretty strong loop to loop. Double loop, really nice. So the double, here we go. We got to loosen that up like this. We just kind of work that loop in the backing. This is the backing that's left. Probably too much backing on there, but we don't really care. Okay, coming around, it's getting looser. Remember, it's a double, so we got to go through twice. All right, take some time. All right. Whoever doubled this up didn't know what they were doing. I'm just kidding, Danny, I'm just kidding. So now we go over. Over. There it is. All right, we're opening it up now. We're going to open up this loop. Got the finger in there. Yep, it got twisted. That's what happened. All right, so now the line has to come back through this first time, like this. Get your fingers. You better be good with your fingers and your hands to do this. Fairly good. You don't have to be great. There's one. Not done yet. Not done yet. And. Aha. There's the secret trick. It actually goes around. The way he did this was to take it around the RIO for the second one. So now we go around this way like this. Man, this is so much easier than all that nail bullshit. Done. Okay. Off. Good. Love your line. Really like that line, but it's not. I'm just trying to match up my rod to nice stuff here. Trying to match up my sawgrass fly rod to the actual matching weight line. This one is the actual weight, and it is actually a sink tip because we're using sinkers right now. I'm using this. This is my 5-weight rod for chasing bass. And if you watched the previous or recent video, you saw what I'm going through mentally about chasing bass while they're on beds and how I feel so bad about it. Do you feel bad about it? Do you chase bass on when they're on the beds? I don't know. All right, loop once, go through. I think I got this right. Let's see. Wow, this loop is kind of worn down a little bit, but yeah, this backing's pretty old. Probably should replace it. Probably will replace it. And heck, this is a task and a half because it's like putting a wet noodle through there because the backing is so soft. There it goes. There's through once. So the backing is through. Now it goes like this. Watch this through like this. Got that once. Okay. Then for the double, we go back through. According to what I just saw, we go back through this way, like that. And then I went the wrong way. Let's see here. Okay. This way. It's loose again. We'll just do it the way I remember. I'm not going to do it the way I saw it. There's once. Like that. And it's looped. It would go on just like this. That's the way we did in the old days. The way I did it in the old days with a single. But we're going to do a double, which means that we'll go through again. All right. I hate these new deals. Look at that. Came undone. That's a problem. All right, now we have the double. We want to make sure that it doesn't grab itself. We want this backing to grab the fly line above the loophole, the loop-to-loop loophole, twice. It grabs it twice. And what that does when you grab it twice like that is it actually cushions the loop so that there's no danger of the backing, which can be very, very, not abrasive, but it can cut. The backing won't cut through on a giant tarpon I'm going to catch on a 5-weight real soon. Yeah. So back and reverse we go ahead, we know, let's see here. This is it right here like this. We're going to get this together like that. Ding, 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 like this. Now watch this time how well the Gadget works. All right. it also has, make sure you get these off, these little bread, whatever you call them, bread twisties. Get those off of there if you can. Jeez, this one's twisted on. There we go, that was that. Is there any more? No, there are no more bread twisties. So, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Just like that. Put some tension on it. Put some tension on it for your own benefit. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna, I might just slide that up just a little bit more right there, like that, get it out of my way. There we go. Now, as you're doing this, make sure you use your fingers. Man, that thing's gonna fly apart here in a second. Make sure you use those fingers. I hate these cardboard things. Make sure you use your fingers to distribute the fly line on the backing you see there. Out there it goes. Because these things fly apart. Done. Okay. You see how it works. You see how these cardboard RIO things don't work. So now what I have to do is I'm going to have to take this all apart, go in there, sort it out. But if it was on one of these plastics, I'd be done already. But it's on this cardboard crapola that doesn't stick together. Thanks for watching, guys. You get the picture. This is how you change out your fly lines when it's time to change them out. If you got any questions, ask and I will answer. You can bet I'm going to be changing this little thing here for one. I'll put a link to whatever I buy that has a handle on it, so when I'm winding off I can get it off. This little Gadget with this cardboard sucks. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. Make sure you share this video. TexasFlycaster.com is the website. Hey, if you go to the website, make sure you check out my fly line mats. This is a small one, there's a bigger one, and there's a rounder. Hey, thanks for watching. See you next time.